station is set.
Missouri knocks off the #1 team in the nation.
The frame is built.
On the run, Mitchell for the flush, Missouri by 20.
And the gates,
the habits, the response to detail, the execution, all that stuff matters.
Are open.
Drives right baseline to the rim, jams it as he hangs and got fouled.
This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball.
Cruz, here comes the three. Bang! He splashed it home.
The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Made for agriculture, we are MFA.
Get your calves off to a good start with MFA branded feeds. With time-tested, proven feeds like Cattle Charge and Full Throttle, you can put pounds on your calves quickly, efficiently, and safely. The feed-to-gain ratios speak for themselves. A good start is critical for this year's calf crop. Financing is available. Get a great start with MFA feed.
We are MFA.
Reality check number 22. On a scale of 1 to 10, shouldn't customer service be an 11? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. Walk into any Town & Country and you'll feel welcome right away. We're your neighbors. If you're a customer, we'll probably even call you by name. It's just what neighbors do. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Good afternoon and welcome to KSMO Radio. Let's take a look at your noon hour weather forecast. We'll continue to be sunny today with a high temperature near 37 degrees. Our wind chill values will be as low as 23, as we'll have northwesterly winds 6 to 13 miles per hour with gusts as high as 23 miles per hour. We have clear skies in the forecast for tonight with a low temperature around 20 degrees. Calm winds have become southerly 5 to 8 miles per hour after midnight, and winds could gust as high as 20 miles per hour. Those winds will yield wind chill values as low as 13 degrees. Then tomorrow will be mostly cloudy. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, so be sure and thank a veteran if you have an opportunity. Gradually today will become sunny, and we'll have a high temperature near 56 degrees. Southwesterly winds will be 9 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 28 miles per hour. And early tomorrow morning, our wind chill value will be as low as 14 degrees. Tomorrow night will be mostly clear with a low around 37. Winds will be out of the southwest at 6 to 8 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21 miles per hour. We have sunny skies in Wednesday's forecast with a high near 64. Winds will be out of the west at 3 to 6 miles per hour. Then Wednesday night will be mostly clear with a low around 36. Thursday should be partly sunny with a high near 64 degrees. Then Thursday night will be partly cloudy with a low around 49. And Friday will be mostly sunny with a high temperature over 50 degrees higher than what we observed yesterday. We'll be 73 on Friday, or near it at least. Friday night will be partly cloudy with a low around 54. Then we'll be partly sunny with a high temperature near 71 degrees on Saturday. Now, showers are likely in Saturday night's forecast with mostly cloudy skies and low temperature around 47. Then Sunday we have a chance of showers with partly sunny skies and a high temperature near 58 degrees. And that is your noon hour weather update brought to you by all of us here at KSMO, where it's now time for the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield, and this is my 2 cents. On my way to Kansas City a couple of weeks ago, I stopped at a Dollar General to pick up some Halloween candy for the kids that come by our stalls at the American Royal Cattle Show. One aisle was overflowing with discounted Halloween candy and decorations. Fall and Thanksgiving decorations filled shelves the next aisle over, and a worker was methodically hanging and piling Christmas decorations onto shelves in the next aisle, while in yet another aisle, bags of potting soil, patriotic garden flags and decorations, mosquito repellent, and picnic accessories sat waiting to be replaced by the Valentine's Day candies and decorations secured in the cardboard boxes stacked along the aisle end cap. It was as though someone threw 6 months of holidays into a food processor and hit the pulse button. Every time I find myself in a dollar store of any sort, I get a bit nostalgic for the dime stores, or five and dimes as some called them, that were in most small towns when I was growing up. With a wide variety of merchandise, dime stores offered affordable housewares and other products. Toys, sewing supplies, toiletries, china glassware, stationery, shoes, and during the season, Christmas ornaments. Although they sold similar items, each of those stores was unique, unlike the cookie-cutter dollar stores of today with the same building design and products. As children, my sister and I would count windmills, the old-fashioned kind, to pass the time when riding in the back seat of the car. Children of today should count Dollar General stores instead of windmills. There is at least one in every small town. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield. That's my 2 cents.
FCS Financial, with you every step of the way.
Missouri farmers and ranchers work hard to provide the food we put on our tables. No matter what comes, they're in the fields every day. And FCS Financial is committed to supporting those farmers and ranchers along with our rural communities today and tomorrow. At FCS Financial, we understand the cyclical nature of agriculture and the challenges that can present. We also recognize no two situations are the same. That's why we meet and work with our member owners individually to learn about them, their operation, and their goals. We want to provide the best experience and achieve the best outcome for everyone involved because FCS Financial is a cooperative focused on being a responsible lender for more than 27,000 Missouri farmers, ranchers, and agribusinesses who depend on us. Learn more at myfcsfinancial.com. FCS Financial is an equal housing lender and an equal opportunity provider.
Townscreen in Salem and Houston is a very effective way to get your message out to the public, courtesy of their vertical screens in high traffic areas in both towns. Your ad, flyer, or even video can be displayed for as little as $15 per week with monthly and yearly rates available. You'll also find Townscreen on display at the Echo Bluff and Montauk State Park lodges. Produce your own ad or get help from the Townscreen staff. To find out more, go online at townscreen.com or call or text 636-338-1199. Townscreen. Country Mart in Salem is the one place to go to get everything you need. You'll find a pharmacy, greenhouse, deli, and gluten-free foods, organic foods, and diabetic products. Have you joined the Country Mart E-Club yet? If not, you should. You'll receive exclusive offers, weekly specials, and special sales through your email. It's simple and it's free. Join the Country Mart E-Club today. For more information about the E-Club, go to www.tcmarkets.com. It's just another service from your friends at Country Mart in Salem.
A pretty quiet day for direct cash cattle business, and cash hogs closed lower. Good morning, I'm Megan Grebner with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report. There was a light sporadic round of direct cash cattle trade Friday. For the week, dress deals in the north were marked at $360. That's about $2 higher than the previous week's weighted average basis in Nebraska. Live deals in the south range from $230 to mostly $232, $4 below the prior week's weighted averages. At the Valentine Livestock Auction in Nebraska, the offering featured Hereford, black and white face, and Rangus non-weaned spring calves. The USDA says demand was moderate to good. Medium and large one feeder steers, 553 to 587 pounds, brought $428 to $469. Feeder steer 618 to 649 pounds brought $403 to $413. Medium and large one feeder heifer 616 to 626 pounds brought $515 to $550. Box beef closed mixed with light to moderate demand for moderate offerings. Choice was down $1.57 at $376.40. Select was 33 cents higher at $361.09. Estimated cattle slaughter was 96,000 head, down 2,000 on the weekend, down more than 20,000 on the year. Cash hogs closed lower with a very light negotiated run. The cash hog market at a slow into the week. That wasn't surprising as processors were aggressive in their procurement efforts early on. There is still a lot of uncertainty surrounding demand right now, as critical trade and export data is missing as the government shutdown continues. Hog prices have pulled back some, which could spur some buying in the final quarter of this year. Barrows and gilts at the National Daily Direct were 32 cents lower with a weighted average of $83.99. The Iowa Minnesota was $1.32 lower with a weighted average of $83.22, and the Western Corn Belt down $1.12 with a weighted average of $83.22. Pork values close higher, up $1.80 at $98.98. Picnics were sharply higher. and estimated hog slaughter was 471,000 head, up 20,000 on the week and down more than 15,000 on the year. At the CME, live and feeder cattle were oversold, and lean hog futures ended the day mixed, mostly lower on spread trade with ongoing concerns about demand. I'm Megan Grebner for Brownfield.
Hey, everybody, calm down. It's okay.
Oh, it's coming. The farm animals can always feel it.
Is that an earthquake? I didn't think those happened in the heartland. Aren't we harvesting Pioneer brand Z-Series soybeans today?
It's not an earthquake. It's the aftershock of unleashing Z-Series soybeans.
You did mention a yield advantage of nearly 4 bushels an acre.
Plant Z-Series soybeans in the 100th season of Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/greatest yields.
Enough already.
We can do more.
Enough already. We can find a cure.
Enough already.
We can do better for our kids.
Enough already. We are relying on you.
We can come together to support Children's Cancer Research Fund, a national nonprofit dedicated to ending childhood cancer that is on the front line of breakthroughs. Because
it's enough already.
Go to childrenscancer.org today.
That has been the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report. It is now time for a look at updated funeral announcements being brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County for over 30 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they are available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker, and online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today. Be sure and pick it up every weekday or check it out online. Beverly Ann Ellerman Edwards Mace, age 79 of Salem, passed away Thursday, November 6th. Funeral services for Beverly Edwards Mace will be today at 1 o'clock at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation for family and friends started this morning at 11 and will continue until service time at 1. Burial will be in the Cedar Grove Cemetery. And all arrangements for Beverly Ann Ellerman Edwards Mace of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Albert Vernon Malone of Rolla passed away Monday, February 3rd, at the age of 101 years. Funeral services for Albert Vernon Malone will be at the Emmanuel Lutheran Church in Rolla Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Visitation for family and friends of Albert Vernon Malone is this afternoon from 1 until 3 at the Rolla Chapel of James Gar Mortuary. Burial will be in the Morrison Cemetery, Salem, Missouri. In lieu of flowers, memorial contributions may be made in Albert Malone's honor to Emmanuel Lutheran Church, Peace Lutheran Cemetery Association, or the Morrison Cemetery. Envelopes for donations are available at all James Gar locations, and all arrangements for Albert Vernon Malone of Rolla are under the direction of the James Gar Mortuary of Rolla. Mary Linda Posey Hobson, age 75 of Salem, passed away Friday, November 7th. Funeral services for Mary Hobson will be Wednesday morning at 11 at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation will also be Wednesday for family and friends, starting at 10 o'clock and continuing until service time at 11 o'clock. Burial will be in the Carty Cemetery. And all arrangements for Mary Linda Posey Hobson of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. William Ray Hudson, age 91 of Salem, passed away May 24th in the state of California. Graveside services for William Ray Hudson will be Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning at the Boss Cemetery. And all arrangements for William Ray Hudson of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Jesse Andrew Fuller, Sr. of Salem, passed away Friday, October 31st at the age of 58 years. Celebration of Life services for Jesse Fuller Sr. will be Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel, with visitation for family and friends of Jesse Fuller Sr., also Saturday from 2 until service time at 4 o'clock. Memorial contributions may be made to the family to help with final expenses, and all arrangements for Jesse Andrew Fuller Sr. of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Cheryl Lee Lawton Bowles of Salem passed away Thursday, November 6th, at the age of 78 years. A private celebration of life gathering will be announced by the family at a later date. And all arrangements for Cheryl Lee Lawton Bowles of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. That has been a look at updated funeral announcements, and it was brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Your World Today is the only daily news flyer in Dent County. It is available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker. And be sure and check out Your World Today online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today has been serving Denton County for over 30 years, and the best part about it is absolutely free.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
It is now time for a look at local news, and it's being brought to you by Southwest Baptist University's Salem campus. SBU Salem campus provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding area. For more on degrees and programs, stop by SBU Salem campus today at 501 South Grand Street, or you can call them at 729-7071. I'm Bob Parsons reporting. The Dent County Commission met this morning at the courthouse. Dent County Emergency Management Director Derek Marfitt told the Commission 1 out of the 9 of the FEMA projects submitted has been funded, and that is the low water crossing guardrails on Dent County Road 3220, better known as the Golf Course Road. FEMA will pay $12,976.85 of the cost, and SEMA will be paying $1,739.24. That money will be going into the Road and Bridge Fund. The total cost of that project, as determined by FEMA, was $17,394.20. The county will be responsible for the balance. Marfitt also proposed to the county to contract the emergency management services of the Denton County Sheriff's Department, which is what Phelps County has been doing for the past 14 years, and Crawford County just started. By doing this, Marfitt said that if he should leave or be fired, the county would not have to start the process of finding a new emergency management director all over again, which would also mean that all the FEMA projects already submitted would have to be resubmitted by the new emergency management director, along with all the paperwork. As it stands now, if Marfitt should leave or be fired, emergency management director responsibilities would fall on the shoulders of presiding Commissioner Gary Larson, according to state statute. Marfitt said this would also eliminate the double duties payroll issue, as the Department of Emergency Management would be under the Sheriff's Office, and that EMD work would fall under the normal duties or other duties category on deputies' paychecks. If the County Commission wants to do this, Marfitt said the Sheriff's Department would ask for $7,000 per year, and with the EMPG grant the county applies for, that amount could double if there's a federally declared disaster. Marfitt said he has a sample agreement based off the Phelps and Crawford County contracts for the Commission to review. The Commissioners thanked Marfitt for his work, and they will review the agreement. Dent County Treasurer Danita Williams was in to report the sales tax receipts for October. The General Revenue and Law Enforcement sales tax funds each received $95,409.96, which is up $8,253.29 from October of 2024. Year-to-date, each fund is up $37,541.40, or about 3.7%. She said the Road and Bridge Fund received $47,704.73, and that's up $7,205.78 for last October. Year-to-date, the Road and Bridge Fund is up $51,569.56, and that's about 10.7%. Williams reported each of the jail funds received $95,831.65, which was an increase of $14,412.25 from October of 2024. Year-to-date, each fund is up $103,236.49, an increase of 10.7%. Dent County Collector Shannon Van Kerr reported the county collection surtax and interest from March through October of $51,789.90, which will be turned over to the tax entities. In the road report, District 1 Commissioner Keith Green said grading will be done on Dent County Road 5600 and brush will be cut on County Road 5530. He also stated miscellaneous ditch work will also be done in the district. District 2 Commissioner Jimmy Williams reported grading will be done on Dent County Roads 2160, 2165, 2170, 2350, and 4380. Williams went on to say rock would be added and brush cut on County Road 2150. Williams said he and Commissioner Green know the county is behind on brush cutting and hope to get that caught up. Presiding Commissioner Larson and Dent County Clerk Angie Curley had nothing to report. At the last meeting, it was reported that the 2007 county truck sold on Purple Wave for $9,108. The 2002 truck sold for $13,365, and the Road Groomer sold for $9,405 for a total of $28,878. Zach Moser with the Dent County Health Center also stopped by to update the county on the Care Cab and that they provided 120 rides in September. The next meeting of the Dent County Commission will be Thursday morning at the courthouse at 9 o'clock, and the meeting is open to the public. The Missouri Department of Natural Resources and Missouri State Parks recognize and thank all veterans and active duty military members for their service by offering 2 promotions in honor of Veterans Day, which is tomorrow. To show appreciation for their service, all veterans and active duty military members who camp at a Missouri State Parks campground tomorrow, Tuesday, November 11th, will receive a promotional code for a free night of camping. The veteran must be staying the night of November 11th and show identification of veteran or active duty military status when checking in to receive the promotional code. Missouri State Parks will accept several types of identification. Veterans and active military members are also invited to take free tours of Missouri State historic sites Saturday, November 8th through Tuesday, November 11th, with valid identification. Some Missouri State Parks and historic sites change their hours of operation during the fall for the off-season. Visitors are encouraged to check current hours online at mostateparks.com before heading to a state park or historic site. In addition, the Missouri State Parks offers a $2 per night camping discount year-round at state park campgrounds for military members and veterans. Night camping rates vary from campground to campground based on a different criteria. Retired, veteran, and active duty military personnel, as well as family members of active duty military personnel with valid military identification provided at check-in, will receive the military discount. For more information on state parks and historic sites, visit mostateparks.com. Well, with regular Missouri firearms deer season starting this weekend on Saturday, the Missouri Department of Conservation and the Conservation Federation of Missouri encourage deer hunters to share their harvest by donating venison to Missouri Share the Harvest program, also referred to as STH. The donated deer meat goes to local food banks and food pantries to help feed hungry Missourians all across the state. People in need can get STH venison by contacting their local food banks or food pantries. Missouri's deer season opened with archery hunting on September 15th and runs through the close of archery season on January 15th, with several firearms portions happening during that time. Hunters can donate venison at any time during or right after the season. Donating is easy. Simply take harvested deer to an approved meat processor and let the processor know how much venison to donate. Meat processing fees are covered entirely or in part by numerous local sponsors along with statewide sponsors. Find STH processors at mdc.mo.gov/share. The program is administered by CFM and MDC and has provided more than 6 million pounds of lean, healthy venison to help feed hungry Missourians since it was started in 1992. Conservation Federation of Missouri Executive Director Tyler Schwartz said the Missouri hunters have always stepped up to make a difference. Through Share the Harvest, they've helped to feed families in need and showing that true conservation stewardship looks like. Conservation in Missouri is about caring for both people and wildlife, and this program is a prime example of how our hunters step up to help their neighbors in need. The National Institutes of Health state that children need protein in their diets for proper growth and development, and adults need it to maintain good health. MD Share the Harvest Expansion Coordinator Jake Heineman noted that many Missourians don't have access to good sources of protein and that through Share the Harvest, Missouri hunters can help provide their fellow Missourians in need with high-quality protein in the form of naturally lean, locally harvested deer meat. Deer harvested from counties in the department's chronic wasting disease management zone must be tested for CWD before being donated to STH. Processors must receive a negative test result before releasing the donated meat to food banks and food pantries. Hunters can take their deer to a processor participating in Share the Harvest CWD testing program or have their deer sampled at another location prior to donation. Get more information now on CWD and CWD Management Zone at mdc.mo.gov/CWD. Deer harvested outside of the CWD Management Zone do not need to be tested for donation to STH and may be taken to any participating processor. Get more information on Share the Harvest online at mdc.mo.gov or from MDC's 2025 Fall Deer and Turkey Hunting Regulations and Information Booklet available online at mdc.mo.gov and where permits are sold. The Salem Area Chamber of Commerce in the City of Salem will hold the Christmas Parade of Lights in Salem on Friday, December 5th, starting at 6 o'clock with this year's theme, Candy Cane Lane. The parade route will be the same as it has been in the past year, starting from SBU, heading east on Franklin, then traveling north on MacArthur to 4th Street before traveling east to the Dent County Courthouse. Entry forms are now available at the office of the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce in Salem. Forms need to be returned by December 1st at noon to the Chamber office at 1136 South Main Street in Salem or email it to chamber@salemo.com. If you have any questions, you can call the Chamber office at 573-729-6900. Well, that has been a look at local news, and it was brought to you by SBU's Salem campus at 501 South Grand Street, where they offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. For more about SBU's Salem campus, contact them at 573-729-7071.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student. You may call 573-729-7071.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read Lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Pirie, coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
This is St. Louis Blues analyst Joey Vitale.
There is nothing more exhilarating than watching St. Louis Blues hockey in person. But if you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for St. Louis Blues hockey.
It is now time for a look at local and regional sports, being brought to you as a courtesy of your Ozark sports leader, KSMO. Aiden Estep was a one-man wrecking crew for the Mountain Grove Panthers as he ran for 203 yards and scored 4 first-half touchdowns as the Panthers totaled 490 yards in offense and beat the Salem Football Tigers Friday night in Class 3 District 5 semifinal 55-0, ending the season for the Tigers. Salem never got the offense going, netting only 85 total yards of offense for the game. Salem finished the year with a 4-7 record, and Mountain Grove will meet Clever Friday night in district championship game. The Seattle Kraken scored with 2 seconds left in regulation to tie the game on a goal by Chandler Stevenson, then beat the St. Louis Blues in overtime Saturday night on a goal by Shane Wright, 4-3. Jordan Carew had given the Blues a 3-2 lead in the third period before Seattle tied the game late. Dylan Holloway and Dalibor Dvorsky scored first-period goals for the Blues, a 2-0. But Seattle rallied to tie the game after 2 periods. The Blues will host the Calgary Flames Tuesday night starting at 6:30 with a pregame show on KSMO Radio, 1340 AM and 95.7 FM. Texas A&M improved to 9-0 for the season and 6-0 in the SEC Conference as injury-riddled Missouri football Tigers fell to the Aggies Saturday 38-17. Quarterback Marcel Reed went 20, 20, and 29 for 221 yards passing and 2 touchdowns to lead the way for Texas, as they jumped out to a 14-0 first-half lead and never looked back. Missouri falls to 6-3 and are 2-3 in the SEC Conference. Missouri will host Mississippi State Saturday night at 6:45 on KSMO Radio. The Missouri basketball Tigers played the Virginia Military Institute Keydets and improved to an undefeated 3-0 record early on in the season, notching a 106-68 victory. Mark Mitchell had 24 points and 10 rebounds, while teammate Luke Northweather also had 10 rebounds. The 2-0 Minnesota Golden Gophers will visit Mizzou Arena this Wednesday evening. You can listen to this game live on KSMO Radio with tip-off at 7 o'clock and the pregame coverage beginning at 6:30. Kansas City Chiefs were off Sunday during their bye week. Their next game will be in Denver to face the Broncos Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Chiefs are just above 500 with a 5-4 record, while the Broncos are coming off a close win against the Las Vegas Raiders. And that has been a look at local and regional sports, brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO. Stay right here for a look at sports from the Missouri Net.
I'm Bill Pollock. Missouri State pulled off a dramatic 21-17 road upset at Liberty, capped by Jacob Clark's 13-yard touchdown pass to Tristan Gardner with 27 seconds left. As Missouri State gets to 6 wins on the year, they're now 6-3 overall, 4-1 in Conference USA. They'll host UTEP next Saturday for homecoming. Division II, 14th-ranked Northwest Missouri State clinched their 32nd MIAA regular season title, a 38-7 win over their rival Missouri Western. It's their 12th straight win over the Griffins. And Truman State continued to make their case for the D2 playoffs by beating William Jewell 35-17 to improve to 7-3. They should hold on to one of the top 8 spots in their super region ahead of their season finale Saturday at McKendree. And Matt Zellers was not impressive in his first collegiate start for Mizzou, just 7 of 22 for 77 yards, and he was throwing the ball all out, full power on just about every pass, lacked a little touch, and Texas A&M's defense showed different looks. Eli Drinkwitz couldn't counteract with his offensive line, and it led to a 38-17 loss for Mizzou.
Yeah, I mean, he got off to a really slow start. We didn't do a good enough job getting him comfortable throwing the football. You know, completions were tough. They were challenging every throw, but I thought he did a nice job of, trying the deep ball, which created some pass interference calls. I thought Donovan had a couple of big catches. But ultimately, we got to do a better job with a freshman quarterback protecting him. There can't be free runners on him, and that happened too many times on third downs. And obviously, one of the serious momentum changes of the game. So.
The Tigers are out of the top 25, and they will need to run the table in the regular season and win their bowl game to reach double-digit wins for an unprecedented third straight season. The Tigers' final home game coming up against Mississippi State this Saturday at 6:45. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
Every child deserves a fair shot at a bright future. That's why Save the Children Head Start administers Head Start programs in rural America. We leveled the playing field early, helping children start school strong, stay strong, and unlock their full potential. Because education is the best path out of poverty. Learn more at savethechildren.org/Head Start.
My husband is a veteran, and he was injured in the line of duty.
It happened while I was deployed to Iraq. An IED detonated 3 feet from my face.
It was bad.
I remember thinking, who's going to take care of my wife and daughter?
We took care of each other, with a lot of help from DAV.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Jason get the life-changing support and benefits they've earned.
My victory is knowing my disability doesn't define me.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out, but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events. Make sure you have the right policy for each of life's wins.
A life event could qualify you for a discount. Call me, Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and we will make sure you have the coverage you need.
You've seen Towns Green in Salem and Houston filled with local community events, business ads, even obituaries. But did you know that the Towns Green staff can even create personalized closed networks? They've already created a closed network for Intercounty Electric, the Senior Age Area Agency on Aging, schools, churches, and others. And you're in complete control of the content. It is a full-service closed network, and it's very affordable. To get all the details, call or text Towns Green at 636-338-1199. Towns Green.
Here at KSMO, we've got news from the Missouri Net coming up next. Then stay tuned to your hometown radio station. I'll be back after the top of the hour with your latest KSMO weather forecast.
Missouri Net News, I'm Elisa Nelson. Many shoppers regularly use credit and debit cards when buying products, eating out, or paying for services. Jackson Hadaway, CEO of the Missouri Bankers Association, says they may notice a 2 or 3% fee for that purchase.
They are implementing that fee by their own choice to cover their cost.
That is the business's cost of accepting credit and debit cards. Before the U.S. Capitol Christmas tree reaches Washington, it will make a stop in St. Louis on Wednesday. Public Affairs Specialist Chris Buckley says it'll stop at St. Louis's Union Station from 4 to 6 p.m.
She is a 53-foot-tall red fir. She was harvested near Reno.
And Westminster College in mid-Missouri's Fulton is holding a Veterans Day ceremony tomorrow at 11 to honor the Westminster Seven graduates who were killed in the Vietnam War. This is Missouri Net.
Black vultures can be harmful to livestock operations across Missouri. Travis Garant from USDA explains.
The range of black vultures have generally been in the southern part of the United States, but as their range has expanded into Missouri, the number of conflicts has been increasing over time.
He explains mitigation tactics available through USDA.
One of the main tools that we use is a black vulture effigy, and we have those on hand. If you have a pasture where you're calving, we can hang a couple of these up around the edges of the pastures, and that'll scare those birds off. We bring pyrotechnics and other tools to harass vultures off the site. Lasers can work very well. We also carry all the permits to do lethal removals if necessary.
If black vultures are harming your livestock, we can help. Find out more about mitigation tactics and depredation permits at blackvultures.agriculture.mo.gov. That's blackvultures.agriculture.mo.gov.